got to hit record now. We got to capture these moments. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Netflix Explorers podcast, the podcast where we dive deep into Netflix so that you don't have to. From the Northside 1890 studios, my name is Dale.
That's right. From the Lakefront Studios, the lovely Portage Marina, where the sun is shining and the spider eggs are ample. I'm Adam.
And I'm Patrick, also known as the Irish Conor McGregor. I'm Patrick.
This is John here, and I'm here to say words.
This is Rob, and I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Today we're going over Gold, Little Evil, and Taking Earth. Please, you guys, stick around. Hello! What's going on, guys? Welcome back again. You guys are here 2 weeks in a row. Rob, John, what's going on?
Such a pleasure.
I'm so pumped we can organize this again with all our busy schedules. I mean, like...
It's almost like we did it immediately after last week's podcast.
It's a lot of traveling, a lot of driving, but, you know...
And a lot of movie watching.
Yeah.
Because this week you had to watch another 3. Did you rob any of these, Rob?
No.
You pull a Rob?
I was too embarrassed after last week that this week I said, not going to rob it.
Okay.
What dedication.
What a guy.
I'm inspired.
John, what about you? Did you rob any of these, or did you?
No, I watched them all.
Okay.
I think Rob and I caravan down from Chicago here, so we're happy to represent the awful state of Illinois.
You mean Chirac, is what they say, right?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
some people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, is it hit Beyonce?
Some people call it home.
I think,
too.
Dale, you're starting that. You just started that. I've never heard that before.
No, Chirac's a film. Oh, is it? Okay. Well, I'll take credit for that, I suppose.
Out here in Marina, Stan. Or we don't got a good name over here. I was trying to think. I'll think of one. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, Marina Faso or
Donde está la biblioteca? Guys, first one up is Little Evil. Now, this was a John suggestion. Added to the docket, which the docket's been great the last 2 weeks. So shout out to Adam for that one.
I never know where I stand.
Little Evil, John. Why did you pull this one out before we go into the trailer? Why did you suggest this one?
I saw it was coming new in September and just want to jump early onto it, get these listeners something early on.
Right. This one came out, I think. I don't want to reveal when we're recording.
Recently.
I think this came out
recently.
very
And
recently.
if you want to know what came to Netflix in September, check out our Netflix news episode with S. Joel Norman, Dale's
Yes.
brother, with the music accompaniment.
Yeah,
which is
sjoelnorman.com.
fantastic.
Right. We'll tell you what, without further ado, let's roll the trailer for Little Evil.
Everybody, please welcome Gary.
Is Adam Scott,
Well, my wife and I just recently got married.
who is, what's her name again?
Kate.
She's perfect. She's
Lily?
everything
Yeah,
I ever wanted.
Evangeline Lilly.
And,
Kate.
I'm having a
Kate
little
from
tiny
Lost.
bit of trouble bonding with
What's
my
that?
new stepson, Lucas. Whoa, look at that. You found some earthworms. Good talking to you, buddy. Never really looks me in the eye. Doesn't talk much, except when he yells at me to get out of his room. Using this weird little goat puppet thing. I get this sense that he's,
That he's evil incarnate.
yeah.
So that's the guy from Scrubs,
Do you
who's
remember when I told
opposite
you about
Zach Braff.
that crazy
Okay.
time in my 20s where I joined that sort of like cult?
No, I don't think you told me about that.
Evangeline Lilly from Lost.
Child
Still
will
got
rise
it.
up from hell to rule mankind and to bring on the end of the world as we know it. I think we found that child. And now you're his stepdad.
There is nothing wrong with Lucas.
That guy was he? I think he was Tucker from Tucker and Dale.
Oh, okay. Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
Yeah.
You told me that was normal, that all kids are dicks.
That's true. Kids are dicks, man.
Starring in
But
all
this
the
is a
horror
different
comedy
level.
films.
Sure.
It's like top of the dick chain, bro.
This is so crazy.
Dude, bro, you gotta relax, man.
How can I relax? We're in a cornfield.
So?
What good thing has ever happened in a cornfield, Al?
Well, I don't know. Field of Dreams is pretty cool.
It's a Netflix original, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, it is.
Adam, again, with the dynamite Netflix original pick.
Wait. What's up?
Well, last one, you're doing really well on Netflix picks. Maybe last week's...
Batting 1,000.
Did Adam pick this?
No, that's what I'm
Oh,
going
no,
with.
I'm
There
sorry.
we go.
No, you did add it. You allowed it to be added to the docket, so we appreciate
that.
Yeah, well, the movie I put on there apparently is not on Netflix anymore.
That got booted.
So,
yes.
Once again, step up the docket game.
We're here because we love you.
Rob as a guest coming on.
Just saying.
you guys knew the docket coming in, so
That's true.
it couldn't have been that bad.
You did a great job, but this is a comedy horror, Patrick, right in the wheelhouse with the 95 minutes. It's a 5.8 on IMDb. 5.8. Patrick, do you like this one? Is it 5.8 material
It's
or what?
way low. I don't know why it's 5.8. This is easily 6.5.
And breaking the 6 ceiling.
Easily.
Okay.
And
What got it there for you?
I think a lot of the like Poltergeist callbacks, all of the like old horror school films, they're just calling them back. Like it's well done in the sense that it knows it's a comedy and it's still trying to convey that it's a horror movie,
right?
But it's not like an over the top horror movie. It's not like an Stephen King It horror movie. It's
not psychological.
Yeah, it's real like right in your face. This is going to be the bad thing that happens. It happens. And here's Adam Scott to throw in a little comedy.
It's kind of like a vacuum horror, I'd say.
A V horror?
A V horror.
Yeah.
I don't know if that one's going to stick.
No.
Rob, did you like this one? Or
Yeah,
not? 5.8, did it deserve that?
So Patrick gave it a 6.5. I would have stuck with a 6.66. That's where I was going.
Nice.
Come on, guys.
Well
it's
done.
easy. It's easy, but
well done.
Just
sometimes
put
you
them up and knock them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's a funny movie. It's a scary movie. Not like you're
Terrifying.
not gonna cry scary, but it's got some horror, but comedy horror. So you you feel for the guy. Gary just marries his dream girl, and then he realizes that she has a kid that he hasn't really developed a relationship with, and he might be the son of Satan. And yeah, that's
how the story goes.
That's just his new reality of married life.
Now, Adam, you said this during the trailer, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. This is the same director who directed that film.
I can see that.
So that was the same thing. Also, Zombieland is on his repertoire as well for director. It had that same, it could be pretty thrillingly horror-ish, but still...
Really, Zombieland, Tucker and Dale versus Evil,
right.
And this
easy for you to say.
Yeah, so those are three.
Ducker. My name is Dale.
Yeah,
those are three movies that I really enjoy. I like this kind of genre of comedy horror. I love the whole premise of it. It's like, because as a stepfather, you're trying to bond with someone else's child who's not your child and trying to step in this awkward role to begin with.
Right.
And they're like, oh, everyone's kid's crazy and he's weird. Like, but his is actually the son of Satan. And so it was a really funny take on it. And I enjoyed the whole premise. I thought it was, I liked a lot of the supporting cast too. Chris D'Elia was in this movie.
Yeah.
I love Chris D'Elia.
Who is he in this one?
He's the guy with the long black hair.
Oh, sure.
He tells a funny story
comedian,
with his stepkid. Like, I enjoed all those.
Stepkid poops in his satchel.
Yeah. I'm gonna poop in his backpack. Like, it was like that whole intervention with the stepdads was great.
Right.
Great scene, very funny. And then his like friend Val, or the
I thought it was Al,
or
Al.
It's like I don't know what's
it's like a Pat situation.
Yeah, it's like a Pat situation.
Right.
But she was very funny throughout the whole movie.
A what situation?
A Pat.
From Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
I thought you were talking about Patrick Function.
Oh, okay. John, you brought this one to our attention, thus adding it to the docket. Did this one live up to what you expected?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. As the token dad here, I felt that I had to own those kid jokes a lot, and really enjoyed it. I like that a lot of the kind of B actors that they brought in were those other stepdads, and they did add a lot to it as well. And I have to do a little shout out to the kid with the June 6th birthday, because I shared that birthday. What's up, guys?
That tells you what's
up, guys.
Okay, all right.
And even Kate from Lost,
Dynamite.
Yeah. She was dominant, and she
Still does well.
She was hilarious too. Like, he just needs to learn to have fun and like, bond with kids. Like, she's in total denial.
Well, and I had something like that written down. The feel of the movie and how it was shot was. it would go from like drama, heartfelt, family film, and then it would. Evangeline Lilly would leave the room, and the camera angles would shift, and it turned to horror. And Adam Scott was with the child of Satan, and then all of a sudden it went crazy. And then Evangeline Lilly or another character would enter the room, and it'd go right back to drama. Yeah. So it's like it was really interesting how like the look shifted for the mood. And I thought that was really cool because it just set you in place.
It was the same thing in Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
It was the exact same style.
Where it was, you knew what, based on the filming, when it was a comedy, you knew when it was a horror.
Right.
It's very, this guy, he does it.
That makes it very easy to watch. So once a camera starts getting crazy, okay, it's going to get scary. Yeah. Once it starts straightening up, that's the ironic, just drama style. Nothing's happening. So I thought it really worked. Rob, I don't want to go rewatchability on this one right away.
Okay,
but I want to talk about, did this live up to expectations when you heard this one? Was this a keep a laptop on your lap and kind of not pay attention, or did you get enthralled and drawn in by this one?
So for me, I don't typically watch the trailer before I watch the movie. Okay, I'm glad I'm one of you now.
Yes.
Well, you're
so. But what I did because there was a little bit of a scheduling conflict that was resolved and very clear, but it was still good. So I went to YouTube and I was like, all right, what's this movie I'm looking at?
Right.
The trailer had over 1 million views, and I was like, oh, wow. A Netflix original trailer had over 1 million views before I even step into it.
Right.
I was like, all right, like I don't even need to watch this trailer. I know people are excited about this coming out.
We got to put this podcast in like the comment section somehow. Get those 1 million people over here.
Yeah. So link it up, man. Yeah. Link it up.
I thought you already had over 1 million weekly listeners.
Well, we do, but I want more. So.
Okay.
No, we're trying to go for the 3 million.
We got to dethrone Oprah.
Yeah.
All right.
Podcast.
Patrick, our IT guy, will try to set that up. But yeah, so it dragged you in for the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I came in and I was like, all right.
So it came in like a freight train is what you're saying.
I mean, first scene you walk in and it's like, already dragged you in. You're wait, what is going on?
Right.
Like, who's this demon kid, creepy kid? But it's like, it's not the Damien scary kid.
Sure,
and I hate little kids possessed by
faith. It's like that's the scariest type of human.
You know he's scary because of his hat and his hair and just his look. But you also are like, all right, like that kid he's going to be funny too.
Yeah,
like,
there's some cliche.
I'm gonna have to feel this kid out. Oh God, that sounded weird, but that's what
you're gonna have to do.
I'm gonna visually feel that kid out.
Not getting better.
I'm so glad to have Uncle Robbie on the podcast.
I don't think that's any better. Patrick, you watched this one all the way through, or did you?
Heck yeah!
Vacuum through this one.
No, I full attention the whole time.
What'd you think, man? It sucked you in right away then?
Yeah. So like we're coming up on October, and I'm really a big fan of horror movies. I mean, it just came out a couple of days ago. I've already seen that twice, so I'm really, really pumped that this made it to the docket. Watch this. This was hysterical for what it is, and then it had like a little drama twist, or not drama, horror twist on it. But you kind of feel it out where it's going right out of the gate. But it's still good.
Right.
I like where you. Speaking of that, so for October, what I decided to do, we're gonna have at least one horror movie every week in October.
Right.
Leading up to Halloween.
Yeah. Which is going to be out of my wheelhouse. I'm not a horror guy by default, but I'm excited to watch them just to bring the information back together with all you guys, because I don't watch them originally.
So, John, when did you watch Little Evil?
I booted up right around 9 p.m. at night. So
did you watch this before it was on the docket, or
pre-cast?
Oh no, once it was on the docket because it debuted.
Well, what
soon
made
after.
you pick it?
I did see the trailer. I first heard on the news, Netflix Explorer News, a little shout out there.
Okay.
That it was debuting in September, and I wanted that new movie to come out so that we can jump right on it and get that early review. And so I did watch the trailer, something I don't usually do, and it seemed like something good. I am a fan of Adam Scott, and he fit very well into this role to like get that comic relief. I'm curious because you guys had seen that Couples movie,
The Overnight. I was going to ask you, did you watch The Overnight?
I have not. I was curious, how do you think his role in this film compared to that one?
Same character.
I disagree.
I think he's the same type of. Let me explain myself, and then we'll battle about this in a second. He's a He's an unsure, barely adult. And I think he plays the bull. He plays
Too vague. Too vague.
No, but that's true. He is that character, but there's different variations of that character.
Okay.
And Overnight, he was a variation of that character that was over the top and like very doing awkward things and very unsure of himself.
Right.
In this movie, I said he was still unsure of himself. He was kind of the same character you're talking about, but he had more purpose, I'd say.
Okay.
Like
he knew what he was doing a little bit.
He was a better person.
Had
I
a
would
bigger,
say. Yeah.
more drive.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just dip right into rewatch and recommend. John, you suggested this one. Does it rewatch or recommend, or does it one and done? What do you think?
I do both, especially with the Halloween season coming up. I've got some friends and family that do enjoy Halloween movies, and this is that nice border of it where it's kind of a fun Friday night. If you're going to stay and watch a horror movie, this one's not going to scare you too much, but it still gets you on edge at times. So I'm a little both. Recommend, and if I come in, I'd sit down as well.
Patrick, what about you, man?
Yeah, going off what John's saying, like this is the last week of September. I mean, it's half comedy, half horror. So if like you're trying to gear yourself up for the horror movies that are coming for October,
right?
This is the movie that'll bridge the gap between September comedy and October horror.
Right. Yeah. Okay, nice work. Rewatchability recommendation, Rob, looking at you.
Yeah, you guys nailed it perfectly. I mean, if I have some people over and they want to say, let's watch a horror movie, but I'm afraid of horror movies.
Right.
This is perfect. Right in the wheelhouse.
Nice. Compromise.
Yeah. Good compromise.
Yeah, right
it's
down
still,
the middle.
You feel like if you were going home, you're like, all right, at least I watched a horror movie, but you're not scared. You're not checking your car's back seats and trunks.
Right.
For clowns in the sewers.
You're not panicked. Yeah.
Yeah, you're still scared, but you're like, all right, I feel good after leaving that movie too.
What do you think, real quick, about the 5.8? Does it need to be higher on Netflix, or is that just needs? It's above the fives.
I realistically gave it the 6.66.
Okay,
that's good in my mind. Yeah.
Adam, rewatch, recommend.
Yes and yes.
Okay.
I would recommend, and I probably would watch it again.
Yeah.
I watched it with somebody. It's fun. It's one of those movies that's fun to watch with people.
Right.
So it's a fun movie to watch with a group of people. And I also kind of gave it in the mid sixes. I moved it up to there. I think Tucker and Dale, I think that was at like 6.8 if I remember right.
It was higher than you'd think it was.
Right.
It was
so
a great film.
I put Tucker and Dale versus Evil in. If you're looking for horror comedy movies, I put that one in the high sixes. I put this one in the mid sixes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to echo exactly what you said. I mean, it's worth a rewatch with a group of people. I think it's a scary, fun watch. And then, yeah, of course, recommendation if you're in the horror October scary area, watch it. It's fun. But it's scary enough to just get you in the mood, bridge the gap, as Patrick said. But let's bring it down to Liquor Store Aisle if we could, guys. Looking at you, John. What's going on?
Sure. Before I actually jump into that, I just want to do another shout out to all of the kind of secondary actors in this movie. I thought they did an amazing job casting. Every single person that was brought into it was perfect for that role. Be it the stepdads, be it his best friend, the wife, the videographer at one point. Like, they were just so spot on.
There was a lot of Adam Scott's development weighed heavy on all of the supporting actors. Both his wife as a supporting actor, and then he's in a group. What is the group he's in? Like Stepdad group or something? Yeah. All those,
it's like Stepdad Anonymous.
Yeah, something like that. But like that whole, they all played like a huge role in like how he got through with his son, who is Satan's son, apparently. Spoiler alert, I guess. No, it's in the trailer. Yeah. It's son of Satan. It says in the trailer. Anyway, no, but like you're saying, to your point, John, there's every B actor, every supporting actor, I should say, does a great job.
Yeah. So jumping then into the drink of choice, I chose a 312 Green Line.
Okay.
That's my go-to casual pale ale. Essentially, it's above the domestics. It's not something too crazy, too crafty, but it's something that you could just sit down, have a couple of, just really enjoy.
Right. That makes sense. Rob, what about you, man? Liquor Store Aisle for this one.
So I had myself down for Jaeger Bomb. One of the quotes from the movie is taking full custody of my body, and I feel like a Jaeger bomb does that to me. I know it. I know it's coming, and I can watch out for it.
Right.
But I'm still susceptible to
it could catch ya.
A drink taking full custody of my body. So watch the movie, figure that one out.
That's a hell of a mindset coming into a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah, that's a deep drink.
I'm submitting my body to this Jaeger bomb.
I mean, when you do
quite
it,
a commitment.
Like, the Red Bull's like, I'm going to keep your body awake, and the Jaeger's like, I'm going to put your body to sleep, and you just say, full custody, let's go.
Just take me.
Take me.
Jesus, take the wheel. All right, Adam, liquor store aisle.
So I wrote down it's like someone tosses you a beer, and you're like, oh, thanks, this is nice.
Right.
I appreciate that. Like, no, we're going to shotgun it.
Oh.
And then so you shotgun it, and it goes by real quick, and it gets you, like, you're into it already. You know what I mean? I felt like it was a quick a quick movie. You were into it right away.
It brought up the main plot immediately.
Yeah, and
it wasn't slow.
I liked the concept when I read about the movie and looked at it, and then right when you get to the movie, it gets right into that.
Right.
So I liked how it starts off strong, and that's what you needed.
Right. I thought this was, this is just yelling at the bartender from a busy bar and saying like, hey, give me a whiskey on the rocks, and just kind of yelling at him. You didn't know what you're going to get. You got an Adam Scott. You got these great supporting actors. You don't really know what you're going to get. You know, it's a horror, it's a comedy, it's a drama, I guess. Like, what am I going to get? What kind of drink am I going to get? So this is a whiskey being, kind of yelled to a bartender. Is he going to pour you something good, or is he going to pour you something bad? I didn't know what I was going to get, and you just kind of, it was, I don't know. I don't know. There was not a ton of takeaway for me, and it wasn't a deep movie. So, like, whatever the whiskey was, it didn't really matter, but it was just, I knew I was getting a whiskey out of this one. So, that's kind of what I thought. Patrick, we got a drink review for this one?
Yeah, I'm going to give it like a key lime martini. I mean, it's got a little bit sweet.
I want to hear this one.
It's got a little bit like a lime, so like you got the little flavors are going after each other.
Sure.
And it's got a martini, so like you got vodka in it, so it's slowly creeping up on you, and then it kind of like boom,
sweet at first and hits you hard on the way.
Yeah,
out.
but I mean it's flip flopping the whole time. You can't really decide. I'm like, oh, is this a sweet martini? Is it a hard martini? It's just a martini that's really good.
There you go.
Patrick with the late September key lime martini.
I like it, man. We're just rolling off the summer end, man. I like that drink. Makes me feel warm. Next one up, guys. Taking Earth. This is a film. This is definitely a film. But
maybe not. Maybe it's not a film.
Let me just say, this is a 2.8 on IMDb. It's a sci-fi. Patrick, 100 minutes. Runtime. That's with credits, though, so it's kind of wheelhouse.
I think that might be without the credits. I'm not sure.
Either way, 250,000 bones.
Who selected this one?
You can buy like a Ferrari for that price.
Adam,
I think there's a few in this film.
Is there an intervention, Adam?
No, man, we're exploring.
Okay.
We're exploring. No, and you know what? Hang on. Before we roll the trailer, we need to kind of set this one up, guys. The human race is thrown into chaos as an alien invasion takes control of the planet in an effort to find one boy out of 7 billion people who holds the power to destroy them. That's Taking Earth, 2017 film. Patrick, roll the trailer.
Screen Media Films.
What's in London? David, it's happening everywhere.
The event.
So it's like a cityscape, explosion, guy in a car, plane crash.
Infected ones, possessed with rage.
So there's an alien, obviously fake fire, fake gunshots,
fake trees,
fake goatee.
This attack.
There's a Matthew McConaughey finger roll right there.
They took Earth to find him. Now he's taking it back.
There's the Millennium Falcon. There's a Halo-style beam.
Taking Earth.
There's the
Here I am.
Okay, that was the least revealing trailer of all time. We got to kind of set this up for our listeners and viewers on the live feed. I mean, I read the synopsis. John, you watched this one? You didn't rob this one, or did you watch it?
No, I watched it.
Okay,
I wish I robbed it.
Can you kind of tell us a little more than what the trailer said, or did I? I mean, the description. Did I explain it or no?
It's hard to go into detail here. Here, I wrote down some notes during it.
Okay.
I'm just going to read these off.
Yeah, what do you got?
Four
Fire 'em
bullet
off.
points real quick. First up, I wrote down that I gave up in the movie in the first 3 minutes.
Okay.
Second one was this would insult the Sci-Fi Channel. Third was me debating if it's a bad student film or just a really bad movie.
Right.
And then the fourth one was my wife, who was sitting next to me for some reason watching this, saying, did it cost $5 to make this movie?
That's true love. She sat through the whole movie. That's true love right there.
Whoa. Not this was all in the first 10 minutes we were talking.
Oh, okay. So she left after that.
She probably thinks less of me.
All right. We'll tell you what.
Watching it.
Get your notes back up. Let's go through that one by one because I'm interested to talk about that. What was your first point again?
Me giving up on this movie in the first 3 minutes. Did you give up in less?
I think so. Okay. What turned you off?
The acting, I couldn't tell if it was a joke, if it was like. It's hard to describe how poorly the dialogue and acting is.
Well, you mentioned
it's really
that
hard to do that.
You mentioned you thought it was maybe a student film. That's exactly like visually. It was on. It was. I thought it was real. It looked great.
The graphics were good.
So like somebody had a lot of money, and so they're in film school, so they were able to like afford like a beautiful looking film, but the dialogue was garbage. Can we be honest?
Every actor involved was not an actor.
No.
I don't know where they found them.
Friends of the main character, maybe. I don't know. Adam, what do you think, man? We're thinking student film. What do you think?
Actually, I pulled a Rob on this one.
Okay.
So,
good one to pull a Rob on.
Yeah, I thought so.
I think it's called, we should maybe dodging the bullet. Maybe. Well, we watched the trailer. I mean, we're not.
The trailer actually looks pretty decent, though.
See, that's the thing. Visually,
yeah,
it's fantastic looking. That's the deceiving part of it. Rob, did you rob this one?
No. So I watched this, and after my comment for the first movie about watching trailers, I watched the trailer mid-movie. At probably 10 minutes, I was like 10 minutes in. I was like, all right, what am I actually trying to look for? And then actually, like watching the trailer, I was like, that gave me steam to continue the movie.
Okay.
And then another 10 minutes later, I was like, no,
you're done. This is a bad decision.
Steam's out.
Patrick, Taking Earth, man.
It's pretty well known that I kind of cram all these movies in the night before.
Right.
And so this movie, I started watching last night, and I felt...
And also, real quick, it is known that you actually enjoy Tank 432.
Correct.
Which
that
might not be related here, though.
No, it's going to be related
very
in a second. All right, go ahead.
So it's well known that I watched these movies the night before. And so last night, I was watching this movie, and I fell asleep to it. And while I'm watching it, I couldn't decide if it was just me being tired from the previous 4 movies that I had already watched, or if it was
this movie draining your soul out.
Yeah. It was
I know what you mean.
Real hard comparison. So then I booted up this morning, and I'm like, oh, my soul is leaving my body. So, okay, yeah. So that's confirmed. But yeah, this movie is awful.
Looking
how you
at
should
my
start the day.
Looking at my notes here, yes, soul draining. Okay. No, I mean visually speaking, as Adam saw, the trailer looked dynamite. CGI was subpar, I think.
Right. There were times that you would see like a spaceship and you go, wow, they put a lot of detail into that.
Right.
And then you'd see a robot and you go, wait, why'd they stop?
Right. It almost looked like a freight train. Almost.
And you'd be like, wait, why is there a robot?
Right.
You didn't explain to me.
I mean,
were the robots cool? That was on the picture.
No.
There's no cool robots.
The aliens are
It
also
wasn't like bad robots.
See, like, kind of how I look at these at IMDb is like A, B, C, D, F is kind of like how I give the percentages, like in school. So like a movie in the 6 is like a D. That's passing.
Yeah.
That movie passed the movie test.
Accurate.
So when you look at movies like Tank 432 and they get like a 4.2, And then
Did that one take? That's what Tank 32 got?
I think it was something.
This
like
has
that.
a 2.8.
So then I was like 2.8. Wow,
Right.
Like that's 28%. Like, what's the difference between a 48 and a 2.8 when you're failing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's that much difference.
Yeah.
But we found the difference.
It's an incomplete.
It's even
This
worse.
this is a $2,500 bribe to get it at 2.8.
Right. Yeah. That's where most of this
Because their
money
budget
came.
wasn't that big.
So you're saying they paid everybody to pay people to go on and
So
get 10,
so
get
here's
tens?
so here's their budget. Free actors. Yeah, you couldn't have paid
Clearly.
more than $1.
Loosely defined actors.
You bought a Lamborghini to film in
Yeah,
the movie.
probably the least.
And then
Right.
you paid Netflix to take your movie
just
on
please
Netflix.
take it. Yeah.
And that is your $250,000 budget right there.
That's where it came from. Because you didn't pay
Yeah.
the actors
No.
anything. No, and John said the student film, it's a broad idea. That's a very student film type thing. It's a grandiose idea. And it looked okay. And they probably in their film school went to the, art department and the guys who do the computer graphics and stuff. They're like, hey, can you make spaceships? They're like, dude, we can copy and paste right from Star Wars. Like, we're good. So they did that. It's like, okay, it looks okay. What about the robot guys? Can they draw something?
Can you
They're
get
like,
that blue beam from Independence Day? Oh yeah, no problem.
yeah, let me see that. Can we get that? Okay, load it in. So, I mean, visually it stood up, but like, this is not an American film, correct?
No, I think it's either Canadian or Scandinavian.
I thought it was British.
Yeah, I thought it was like New
No.
Zealand, Australian, just
I
because
would-
of the like setting.
I
they
want to
were
say Norwegian. I want to say like Northern Europe-ish.
I'd say you keep talking about like the scenery in this movie, and all I remember seeing is like barns and forest. Like that was
hills and mountains.
Yeah, it's Norway.
I
It's
remember
Norway all day.
I remember there was a scene.
A barn in a forest. Yep, Norway. Yep, check it.
Yeah, double check mark. But
yeah, there was a couple scenes where they were like on a spaceship that was entirely green screened, and you could obviously tell there wasn't anything that was flush with the background or
Right.
like blended in. For me, is like looking at it, like I could tell that this was obviously CGI'd in the sense that it's moving and everything in the background is still.
right,
So you could see
it was a photo.
Yeah, it was very hard to watch. It was a very bad movie. It does not deserve to be compared anywhere near to Tank 432 for the fact that it was such a good movie.
We'll get there in my notes. Well, tell you what. I mean, let's just get right through this one. Rewatchability. Let's get it over with. Right?
Yep.
So before we kick into rewatchability,
Okay.
I'm trying to find out where this movie's from. And I found an interview with the director. First question of the interview: this is obviously a passion project.
Yeah.
You have to know that this guy's not giving them any credit
Sure.
for this movie. He's
So
just
so what happened in this movie? Like what?
That should be the first question of the interview.
Yeah, you're asking better questions.
Explain to me
Well,
where it went wrong. Why
There's
it
a
went
Chicago Blackhawk player in there, right?
So the IMDb page has Brad Richards, the former Blackhawks defenseman, as the main antagonist in this movie.
wrong. Definitely Canadian.
That's what I said.
Okay.
they filmed in South Africa.
That gives the Scandinavian feel there. Okay, good. Wait, I said Norway. Okay, no, okay.
Good,
They're
good tax breaks.
Stone throw away.
There's tax breaks. But to answer Adam's question, what is going on? Can anyone explain this?
Is it like the movie with Nicole Kidman where they're all infected?
No.
Or is it like
World War
So-
Z?
So
No.
how I understand it, and feel free to tag in because no one
think
clearly understood it.
I don't think I will.
It's a high school kid and his buddy, and the high school kid is trying to run away. So there's
Why is he running away?
There's the IOs, the infected ones, coming after humans,
Okay.
and they're like, you meet this.
They're infected with the alien virus?
Yeah, the alien virus. So you meet this high school kid and his buddy, and they're running away. And then you meet like a group of 3 moms and a grandma with a cane, also running away. And they're like, all right.
all
Not very fast then.
Yeah, I would have left the grandma way behind. If I'm running,
you just got to run faster than her, and you're
so
okay.
it's like the aliens are coming. The aliens are coming to Earth, infecting people with the power to taste human blood to know if they find this person who has the power to destroy their alien race.
Okay.
And that's the high school kid.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
So the high school kid is running away, and one of the moms is trying to find that kid because she's the protector.
Right. Which they got separated at some point, but you never really hear that.
Yeah,
no one knows.
You don't know why that they're like, oh, wait, we have a meeting point in the forest at this tree.
Right.
5 days away from where we are. But we discussed this. We're clearly meeting at this tree.
Did you ever see the aliens?
Yeah, there's a collection of like robots and aliens that are humans, and yeah, it's you don't the aliens like watch me drive this Lambo. I can drive.
Right.
Gotcha.
What?
Yeah.
Can they drive?
I don't know if they proved it.
So this confusion.
Man, that sounds awful.
this confusion you're hearing from all of us and Rob, that's what you feel through the whole film. Yeah. So it's, I don't know. Again, that's why I wanted to go right to rewatchability.
All right, sounds good.
All right, here we go. For Adam's sake, we gotta let him know. Patrick, rewatch, recommend.
Under no circumstance should anybody watch this or recommend this movie to anybody they like or hate.
Okay. John, rewatch, recommend.
I think it's a badge of honor to get 20 minutes in. And then anything else after that, you've wasted everything and just everything.
Right. Okay. Rob?
No.
No and no. Adam, from what we're saying, what you've been seeing, are you going to watch it originally?
Oh, definitely. No. Yeah, sorry to make you guys suffer through this one, but thanks for bringing the report back.
No, it was, I mean...
It was a great practical joke by you.
No, I'm on board with everybody. Don't watch it. Don't rewatch it. If you made the mistake, don't do it again. Let's bring it down to liquor store aisle, Patrick. If you could, you got a drink for this one?
Syrup of Ipecac, just so I could throw up after I'm done with this movie.
Oh,
what is the Ipecac?
It's syrup that makes you throw up.
Oh,
it's like it's poison. Yeah, so it's like drinking poison. When your stomach realizes what it is, it just throws up everything that's in it. So that's why.
Ooh,
there you go.
It's a thing.
That's not good.
John,
I'm going to speak straight to the audience and say, choose your favorite beer. Take that beer, dump all of it down the drain, smash the bottle glass, and then consume the glass.
Oh, wow.
Is what this movie is like.
Glass shard.
You don't even get to enjoy that beer that you love.
No.
What could have been?
There might be hints of the beer left over in the bottom, and I think
clean the glass shards.
Yeah,
out.
make sure you just get it.
Oh, yeah, rinse it out first. Okay, right. Slight edit.
Rob, what about you, man?
Yeah, so as I said, I watched the trailer like 10 minutes in, so that influenced my drink review. I know Adam's used Kamchatka before, and it was like the $10 for a handle of vodka at college.
Right.
So this would be a Kamchatka limited release.
Okay.
Like, you know Kamchatka is terrible, and you can buy it for $8 a handle.
Right.
And then they put out this preview like, try our new flavor. You're like, all right, that may be good.
Right.
But I know this is already terrible, but this may be good.
Right.
And you try the limited release, and you just take a sip and say, no.
It was a bad decision.
And you throw that $8 down the drain, call it quits.
Right.
That is this movie.
That's where you're at. Adam will bypass you, and I'm going to say, my drink review, maybe you've heard this before. You're downtown Chicago. You're following a big trash truck, like a garbage truck, and you sit at a stoplight, and it's dripping out of the trash, but it's a long red light. So you run up there with your empty mug of coffee, and you get that garbage juice that's coming out. And I've used this one before, but this is the same thing as Tank 432.
Wait, huh?
You fill this up with garbage juice and you drink it. That's what this movie is. It's so bad, it's garbage juice.
Do you actually enjoy garbage juice?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I think I would take a couple ounces of that instead of this movie.
Well, there
at
you
least
go.
A shot glass worth.
Well, yeah, a little bit. At least an ounce and a half. So that's where I'm at. It's just bad. It's just.
So we're all going to go downstairs and do a shot of garbage juice or watch this movie?
Yeah, we'll just call.
We're all watching this together with you, Adam.
Call the waste management.
Yeah. Thanks for coming over, guys. I really know how to entertain everybody.
But that's it. Patrick, what do you think?
So if I had to put you on the spot that you have to pick this movie or Tank 432 to watch,
what are
you picking to watch?
I want to hear this.
All right, here's what's going to happen. If first of all, this has to be a vac-ac, which is a vacuum action film.
No, you want to smash your TV instead of watching this.
No, I would rather vacuum. At least I'm doing something productive. I would rather vacuum during this film because at least I could glance over while the vacuum's running. Audio is shot, but it visually looks good. Tank 432 had no redeeming visual, audio, character-based redeeming factors at all. So I would rather have this one playing in the background than Tank 432. That is officially the worst film we've ever watched.
Okay, now that you're done lying about Tank 432, if you had to sit on a couch, no vacuum in hand, no PlayStation 3 controller anywhere near you, you have no options to change anything in your current environment other than watching this movie or Tank 432. You have to watch the movie.
So you're Clockwork Oranged with your eyes open,
taped open
to the movie.
Oh man!
Just say it. Say Tank 432.
No, I won't do it. I'd rather do this one.
No, you're lying.
That can't be a thing.
You're lying.
Dude, Tank 432 is so bad.
Yeah, but it's got a tank in it versus...
No, it's so bad.
This one had like some spaceships.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
There
That's
weren't
better
real
than a
spaceships.
tank.
There was
Spaceships
a real
trump.
tank and tank.
Are you saying Tank
Trump
432
tanks.
have worse actors than these two guys?
Dude, it is the worst film that's ever
It's
been
not
made.
true.
It is a terrible...
That's not true.
It is a mistake.
I hate talking over Dale on the podcast, but some things he say, it's hearsay. It's ridiculous.
Can we get the audience to watch both these movies and vote on them?
All right, audience, do you want to watch Tank 432 or how about this? Let's vote for Taking
I'm going to
Earth.
skew these
Go
results
ahead.
regardless of what they say.
All right, so they're saying...
Tank 432.
All right, now everybody, what do you think Tank 432 is? Go ahead, play us what you think. Right.
Ooh,
so I don't know who brought the tuba. And how they got such
it's
a
not a great
full
live,
sound.
not a great review.
Well, I'm glad we have an orchestra here, though, listening on the live feed. So, anyway, guys, we got to get out of Taking Earth, and we got to go into our last one. This is the movie Gold, Matthew McConaughey. Let's go ahead and roll the trailer.
So if you'll take a second, look at the plan. Or you will see what I see. And that's money.
Matthew McConaughey.
Not our money.
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long hours.
Baby, where are you going?
This gold business.
Reno, 1988.
But it's amazing how little gold dust can just change
That's a role
everything.
like Day he trades in for that.
Lawman is putting into my
A lot of watching.
Starting to notice it more and more.
Yeah.
We're talking about. I had a dream. Right here. Indonesia. That's where we'll find the gold.
Hangman is coming down from the gallows and I don't have very long.
Wait! We found nothing and the workers are leaving. Wait.
Kenny, look. We got a gold mine. We got a gold mine.
Inspired by true events.
The worst, the ride had begun. And what a ride.
I never doubted you for a second.
This is Brian Wolf in New York.
They were coming at me from all sides.
We believe you're sitting on the largest gold find of the decade.
That guy's from House of Cards.
We're talking over $30 billion.
Washoe Mining turned into a rocket ship.
Wells cut a deal.
Who cut a deal with him?
This isn't a deal. No boss. No deal.
Open it.
He's going into a lion's cage, tiger's cage, rather.
Once you find
The
it,
people are very angry.
The military is taking over the mine.
everyone wants a piece.
They can't just steal it away.
Academy Award winner Matthew McConaughey.
The gold is mine. I found it.
And the only question I'm left with is, how did $17 billion disappear overnight?
So if you'll take a...
Oh, well, that's gold. And that's gold again. 2016 film Kenny Wells, a prospector desperate for a lucky break, teams up with a similarly eager geologist and sets off on a journey to find gold in the uncharted jungles of Indonesia. IMDb gives it a 6.7. This is an adventure drama thriller. Runtime is 120 minutes, Patrick, a little past your wheelhouse.
Incredibly long movie.
And $20 million, a little past your budget. You like to see.
Yes, definitely way out of my budget wheelhouse.
What did you think about this one, Patrick? Do you like it? What do you think?
I liked the first 100 minutes of it, but after that I kind of got a little tired with where it was going and how it was getting there. So
Okay.
It's not a little evil, but I mean...
Okay, I gotcha.
It's there.
John, what about you, man? Gold. Do you like this one? Are you a Matthew McConaughey fan or no?
Oh, like Mel Gibson of older times from previous podcasts.
That's a good way to put it. He's a new Mel Gibson.
I don't really hold any favoritism for actors besides Ryan Reynolds and of course Vin Diesel because he's the greatest Fast and Furious actor ever.
Of course.
Agreed. But I'm actually a bit counter to Patrick's thinking of I thought it took a while to get where it was going, but I did like the end result of it.
Okay.
So I thought that the conclusion of the journey was well worth the length it took to get there.
The ride.
Right.
Okay. Rob, looking at you, did you watch this one?
I did.
What'd you think, man? Any good or no?
So while we're watching the trailer, I'm a little confused about what the difference between inspired by a true story and based on
true events. Is
because
it boats? Which is another Rob.
Yeah,
pillar.
if you're boats versus IOTs, I don't know.
Right.
Inspired iBoat.
Right. How much liberty can you take with a IOTs?
Like how do they differentiate that?
Right. I mean anything could be an IOTs.
If this was boats, great story, interesting story.
Sure.
If this is just inspired by a true story,
IOTs you can give or take.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this one, I mean, it held you all the way through. You watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of fell asleep at the end, so I guess with Patrick's review, at the last 20 minutes,
these aren't holding you awake.
No, and I didn't go back to finish it. It was like I got the gist of it.
You took away what you want.
Enough to podcast.
Okay,
but you finished Taking Earth.
I did finish Taking Earth because that was a morning movie. And I was eating waffles and drinking coffee.
Okay.
And finished that.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Very easily.
Okay. Adam, Gold. Do you watch this one?
I did.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
I remember you texted me about it.
I liked it. I was hooked. It was a good movie. I liked. I love Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, me too.
Kind of like more than I should.
No, I agree with you.
Like it's just his whole vibe.
No, he's such a rad.
But
dude.
in this movie, his character kind of drove me nuts because his hair is never combed, his tie's never straight.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, come on.
Such a self-defeating character.
I know, but this movie was a roller coaster. It's going up, and you're pulling from McConaughey the whole time.
Right,
I would say.
Yeah,
and it just I liked his whole story. He had a dream, and like his dream, what he wanted to do was unshakable.
Right.
But how things turned out for him. And Rob, you think you hit the nail on the head. I want to know more. I want to know what's Boats about it. Is it just a company, came into a gold mine and then some shady accounting things happened and then they kind of went bankrupt and then the rest of it, all the drama is filtered in there, or what's Boats about?
Where's the true part?
It's a great, like you said, it's a great story.
Right. No, I'm on Adam. I'm just gonna echo you, man. I think this is Matthew McConaughey does kind of drive you crazy. I mean, but you want to be on this character's side,
right?
Although he just makes some decisions that you're like, oh man, but you just want to see him pursue it,
right?
So whatever kind of gets it, however crazy his hair gets, whatever hair he's got left, you want to see where it goes. So that's what I was glued to this one. I didn't fall asleep in the middle of this one, Rob. I was on board. This one, I thought Matthew McConaughey did a great job. Supporting actors did great, I thought too, and I like the story. I mean, it's an interesting story. He comes from a family of gold prospectors, and it's kind of left up to him, I think, third generation, and things are starting to fall apart, and they're not finding the prospects that they are looking for. He bets it all. He bets his. I don't know the reference number of the Rolex that he gets his initial downstroke, but it's an all gold with a gold bracelet Rolex day date, which of course is all gold dial with the date, the day above it. It's a gorgeous watch, and he, what did he get for that? Maybe $13,000 to $15,000 He didn't have any money in his pocket. He had to give his watch to start his last, go at finding gold.
That's what struck me. Maybe because I like working a family business too. So it's like his whole goal was, I want to be a prospector. What that means for my family, for my ancestors, for my people. I want to be the best prospector.
And he did it to his last dollar.
Like he almost it was an homage to his ancestry.
Right.
And that's I liked that motivation.
Right. And if you watch the trailer, and they kind of talk about it a little bit, and as Adam said, there's like some shady business deal going on, and as the story progresses, you feel a little bit differently about Matthew McConaughey's character, but you still want to watch the whole thing. It's super interesting, and how he pursues his dream and stuff like that is wild to watch. Patrick, am I talking right, or am I crazy?
Yeah, so going back, what I said, the first part of it was good, and the second part was kind of lackluster. About halfway through it, there's kind of a twist that happens. You're like, oh, this could really go interesting, but it doesn't really pay off in the end for me.
Okay.
So, like I said, the runtime is really long for what it was doing, and then when
it's out of the wheelhouse for you.
Yeah, when it got to the end, I just felt like it was missing something.
Okay. So. All right. John, you agree with me? I'm just looking for validation. I really like this one. Did it stand up to you?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about movie of the week just yet. I know you wait for that announcement later on, but I'm going to go ahead and say it right now, man. Movie of the week? Did you like this one or no?
I'm not ready to go
okay.
ahead with that. There's still some time left in the cast, I believe.
I think so. We got a little more recording space left.
But kind of what we touched on, it was almost the Michael Scott of The Office as you were watching Matthew McConaughey, where
that's a good
kudos
point.
to him being a great actor, but it's so hard to watch sometimes with some decisions, and you're saying, oh, don't do that, and it does it.
He doesn't.
And it says something about the movie that you can continue watching something so kind of awkward or bad decision making. But the whole movie, I thought if you watch the trailer, a lot of what happens is based in the second half of the movie, and that's just, you have to really kind of suffer through a lot to build to that ending.
Right.
And for me, counter to Patrick, I did enjoy the ending a bit more, where they took a different look at how things were, I guess, proceeding.
Right. And I'm not going to blow anything, but the last 5 minutes is something that you don't see coming. That's as vague as I'll be. In my opinion, I didn't see it coming, and I think that brought the whole movie together. John went on. There's two halves. There's how he gets into, kind of starts growing, and then there's the accounting side of things that kind of fall apart. But whatever, you watch it. I think it pulls itself together. I don't know. Rob, anything more to add to this thing? What do you think?
I didn't make it to the last 5 minutes.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
I'll let you know on a future podcast.
Do you think you're going to revisit this one? I don't want to go on rewatchability yet.
It's a pretty easy task for me to finish out the last 20 minutes. So I think I should.
Okay,
it's even
Patrick,
easier not to.
Patrick doesn't think so, but
okay.
Yeah, it's you're watching it, you're like, all right, I know how this is going to go. There's a little twist in the middle that you're like, oh, that's interesting. Like, what's going to happen here? And then for me, it was just
you fall asleep a little after.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey. I like you a lot, Matthew, but
he does listen.
He did, yeah. I know Matthew is a big fan of this podcast, so
it's
don't
not
turn
traditional
off.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, he's kind of fat and balding, and it's
different.
It's a little upsetting for me because I love my Matthew McConaughey.
Right.
Just a prime.
I'm a wild turkey kind of man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been prospecting gold before I got paid to.
I got a dog in this fight. My dog don't bite.
Yeah, no, it's you don't get that good vintage McConaughey you do in this movie, but I still like it. I think it's still it's good enough for me. I think at the end I almost found myself wanting more. I had more questions at the end,
right?
Then it almost like left, and then I was like, wait, well then what was the motivation there?
Right.
You know, I kind of wanted. I found myself wanting a little more. I experienced some emotions watching his plight. So I think for me it was good. The ending, it just kind of ended.
Right.
You know, they could have cut some stuff out. I could have done out with so much of the McConaughey and his girlfriend, wife kind of person story. I could have done a little more less with that and a little more into this story.
Right.
But you gotta put a love interest in there. You know, you
gotta make it dramatic.
You gotta give people what they want. So.
Sure. Well, tell you what, Adam, let's just send it right back to you. Rewatchability recommendation.
Yes and yes. I'm going to watch this movie again at some point, and I would recommend it to people to check it out.
Okay. Patrick, rewatch, recommend. What do you think? You're shaking your head if you're watching the live feed.
No, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody. It's too long. I won't rewatch this. It's too long. It's there's no payoff in it, and then it's too long.
It's too long. It's out of the wheelhouse. So it's out of Patrick's.
What are some movies that are longer than 2.5 hours?
Dunkirk.
That's only an hour 47.
Let's move quickly.
It's only an hour 47.
And Dunkirk.
Dunkirk's an hour 47.
We had both peaks.
Really?
Bingo.
Yeah.
I thought, it's out of the wheelhouse in the sense that it's longer than 90 minutes, but when you're sitting there watching it, it doesn't feel like an hour 47.
All right, what's a post 2.5 hour movie that you enjoy?
Post 2.5 hour movie that I enjoy.
What was that Hitler documentary one that you guys had?
Mein
Tank
Kampf?
432.
Oh
no!
Wait, what?
Was it the one with Hitler and his general?
Downfall.
Yeah. That one was pretty good.
Yeah, wasn't that like 3+?
Right.
No, I don't think.
How long is the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks?
That's
2 days.
That's definitely pushing 2 hours.
Dynamite film.
Is that on Netflix?
Not yet, but I'm gonna make some phone calls. John, what about you? Rewatch or recommend?
If someone comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm thinking about watching Gold," I'd recommend it.
Right.
If I don't know if I'm going to go out of my way to recommend Gold and rewatching it. I watched this one with my wife, and she just had a hard time watching Matthew McConaughey's character, and I think I'm in that same boat, so I'm not really ready to go back down that aisle and watch that again. Just too awkward. Great acting, but just not our cup of tea.
Okay, cool. Rob, rewatch or recommend anything?
I have to finish it before I can recommend it. So rewatch, yes, I'll finish it off at some point.
Finish watching, yes.
Finish watchability
is
high.
Is there?
It's high for me. Rewatchability, I'll have to wait. TBD, and recommend is also TBD.
Okay.
But just based on the fact that I fell asleep, I think I could recommend another McConaughey movie before that.
Right. Well, I mean, I got to fight Patrick, and I'm kind of going against you a little bit, Rob. It's definitely rewatchable for me. I can revisit it. I wonder what I missed, some nuances. Now that I know the overall plot, I can maybe look for some nuances. That'd be kind of fun to watch worth a watch with somebody else. And if somebody was looking for something, they're a Matthew McConaughey fan, definitely give it a recommendation. I don't know, personal opinion, of course.
Would nuances really make that big of a difference in this movie?
I don't know. If I rewatch it, maybe I'll tell you.
Sassy.
Patrick, movie of the week. What do you think?
Hey, whoa.
Drink?
Oh, wow.
Shanana.
Easy there, Tom Cruise. It's like a freight train coming through here. Patrick.
Oh, how convenient. We should edit this part out.
Well, no, I add those train noises in later. Patrick, bring us down liquor store aisle, brother.
Well, throughout the movie, he's just drinking that Seagram's whiskey, so I mean, I had to give him the Seagram's whiskey on the rocks.
Okay, well, you read my notes. Okay, John, what do you think, man? Bring us down the liquor store aisle.
I'm doing a Lagunitas IPA.
Oh, it's too bad.
Personally, me, I'm not a big fan of IPAs at all. Too hoppy for my taste, but the Lagunitas one actually does a great job of not going too hoppy on that side. So essentially, it's me saying I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this, but after it's all said and done, I did enjoy it.
Okay. Rob, what about you, man?
I thought this was going to be an easy, clean sweep for Goldschlager.
oh, sure.
But apparently not.
But we're above juniors in high school, so
yeah.
I guess, right.
All right. I'm still sticking with it. Goldschlager.
I got no
Put it
problem with
down.
Goldschlager.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Adam, what about you, man?
I gave it a Bullet Creek, or no, not Bullet Creek.
Belay.
Belay bourbon.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like a nice bourbon. You know, I wanted to give it the turkey, wild turkey.
Oh, for sure.
But it's not vintage McConaughey, so I can't give it wild turkey. So I'm going to give it Bullet.
All right.
It's like, you don't have wild turkey? All right, I'll take some Bullet.
No wild turkey. I'll drive my Lincoln around all day. I don't mind.
Whatever kind of bourbon you put in front of me is a good day.
I'm going to drink whatever you said. I got gold on my mind.
Touches against the law. And I see a lot of lawbreakers out here tonight.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did. that's
you guys can
that's
do
Bill
magic,
Clinton.
Michael.
No, it's like
we're sketching the line between Bill Clinton and McConaughey.
you got a joint? It'd be a lot cooler if you did. Go watch Dazed and Confused, everybody. Matthew McConaughey's greatest film. But I'm going to go, again, Patrick stole mine. I'm going to go ahead and say it's a Seagram's Double. That's what he drank through the whole thing. It's a great film. It's a great drink.
I didn't
It's done and
steal it,
done.
did
It's
I?
an easy peasy.
I
So
wrote it in
now
the
we
notes.
can play the closing music. All right, off the fence, Patrick. Movie of the week. Little Evil, Taking Earth, or Gold?
I'm still going to have to go with Little Evil. First time and second time.
John, looking at you. Movie of the week.
I got Little Evil.
100%. Little Evil. Okay, Rob?
3 for 3. Little Evil.
Little Evil's up there. Adam?
Just for my McConaughey love, I cannot waver. I'll go Gold.
And I am also with you on this one, man. It's got to be Gold. Matthew McConaughey's dynamite.
3's bigger than 2.
All right.
Mature the rules, but they ain't going to get me down.
I got a dog in the fight, but my dog don't bite. Anyway, guys, we're on Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook. We're on Facebook too. We're the Netflix Explorers. We're on Twitter. We are at ampersand. No, that's not right. TheNetX. We're 1890studios.com. If you want to hop on the website, Patrick put some polls up there for us. We'd appreciate you guys stop by iTunes. You can subscribe. You can leave a rating. Do all those things. That helps us get seen, and we'd greatly appreciate the interaction there. So we thank you guys so much. Rob and John, thank you so much for being, again, this week on the podcast. Once again, it's great having you guys.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
You got it, man. John, thanks again.
Glad to be here. Can't wait to do it again.
Patrick, looking at you, bro. It's beautiful to see you. And people on the live feed are really excited to see you.
Yeah, I guess.
How does Patrick have such a big
modest.
fan club?
Wow. No, he's got a lot of fans on the live
They
feed.
follow me. I can't get rid of them.
It's this Irish charm. Well, I guess we're out of music, but Adam, thanks so much for being on the podcast, brother.
Anytime, man.
We'll catch you guys on the flip side. We're the Netflix Explorers saying, see you later.
Adios.
Mofos.
Well, thank you, Dad.
So you chose a Gladiator song that didn't last 10 minutes?
That was Pirates of the Caribbean, but I like where your head's at.
Hans Zimmer. I was getting one.
Yeah, I get the Hans mixed
The
up.
Hans Zimmer ones. I think he did a Batman one as well.